Hey gang, the Rev coming at you once again with a new video review. Not really new because we have, of course, my first review of Gosei Great standing up there in the background looking nice as always. But today I'm bringing you the Brother Zord vehicles. We have the Sea Brothers, Sky Brothers, and the Land Brothers. Now, in the Japanese footage, these guys were just the heads. They didn't have this vehicle attachment. That is an American-made idea. I'm always a bit weary when it comes to American-made ideas, but with this toy, it works wonderfully. I mean, it gives you somewhere to store the heads when they're not with Gosei Great. It gives a little extra play value, and plus, something really cool we'll get into in a minute. And, there's a part I'm missing. It's, as of the date of this recording, it's maybe 2 days away in the post office. But we're going to start this review by looking at the Sea Brothers. So here we have the Sea Brothers Zords, and they're very nice. All of these sled units are pretty well the same. You can take off the horn and the front crest on the red one, and you've got the exact same base unit. But they put the horn on blue and black, I guess to differentiate a little bit. And I mean, this is actually kind of cool. The Ranger figure that comes with it is a just plain molded figure. I'm trying something different with the camera, so pardon me if I get out of the way. The head is missing some of the detail, but on the whole, the rest of the figure looks great. The only articulation is the arms. He can stand up, but he's kind of hunched over. But we're not really worried about the Ranger. We're worried about the Zord vehicles. So we're going to take the heads off, and they just attach, of course, via head ports on the sled. We're going to put the sled over to the side and look at the individual Zord vehicles. We have, first of all, we'll zoom out a little bit, the Saw Shark Zord, and saw blades do spin. You have to do it manually, but he is kind of cool looking. I do very much like him. Hammerhead Zord, he's kind of the dull one out of the bunch. He's missing a bit of paint, and in the Japanese one, apparently this was spring-loaded, and you push a button and boop. But in, of course, the American release, where they redid everything about the figure, they took out that gimmick. The Manta Zord, he's got wheels. The fins go down that far and then fold up all the way like that. Very, very cool. So what do these do with the big guy? Well, let us zoom in on the big guy. Because we're zooming in on the upper half just because these guys form on the upper half of the Zord. So what we're going to do with Gosei Great, fold the wings back out of the way. Take the Phoenix head and move it there. I realize you couldn't really see that, but it beats me running around the camera all the time. You take regular shark head, move it to that shoulder, and take the Megazord head, pop it off for now. Then Saw Shark, Hammer Shark, and Manta Ray. And here we have the Sea Megazord. I just really have to zoom in on that face. That is an awesome face. I've got to say it. I enjoy that face sculpt. He looks really cool. They've got the eyeliner and the eye patch. And he's a pirate. He's a really cool little pirate. And of course we have a saw on one hand and a hammer on the other hand. How can you not love this guy? This is a guy only a mother could love. So, take him apart. We're going to leave the wings back like that for now. We're just going to put the Brother Zords off to the side, as we need those again in a bit. And we're going to leave Gosei Great headless as we pan back down and we bring out the Land Brothers. Again, the vehicle is the same thing, so we have the Kuwagata Beetle, or the Stag Beetle, the Rhino, and the Tyrannosaurs, and Black Ranger. Now these guys are nice. They are very nice. They're very land-esque. The Tyrannosaurd, it's pretty much just the head of a Tyrannosaurus. I apologize if the camera moved. I kind of had the arm of my tripod in my arm. And he can open his mouth. That's his articulation. Rhinozord, you can move the drill manually. It's very tight, so just don't. In the Japanese, this ridge part right here, in the Japanese toy, spin that and that would move. Stag Beetle, the pincers move. What more would we expect from a Stag Beetle? So, transformation. Focus here. And hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. But what we're going to do, we're going to take the tiger header, move it up to the kneecap, and snake header up to the other kneecap. Now, I form it the way I like at this point. I put the Rhino on yellow and Tyranno on black, just because to me that makes more sense. It's supposed to be the other way around. Then you take Stag Beetle, head, and open the horns. And here we have the Land Megazord. Zoom in on his head. Kind of a bland head, kind of a big head. I like the crest. And then you've got these feet on the go. Overall, I do like it. C is probably my favorite of the forms, but that's just me. So we're going to take these guys off, put them over onto the side, get Gosei Great formed back here again, as we bring out the Sky Brothers, Crow, Hawk, and Terra. And of course their Red Ranger. This piece pops off a bit, and that has huge importance, which we'll get to momentarily. But the vehicle, again, same thing. So we're going to take the Hawk, Pterodactyl, and Crow. Out of them all, these three are kind of my least favorite because Crow just seems stupid. Terra, and the Hawk looks really cool. But the big thing is, of course, the merger. We only need to worry about the top half of Gosei Great. What we're going to do, bring the wings back up to the top. Take the crow head, tip it down, attach it there. Same thing with the Terra head. The only difference really is the actual bird part of it. And take Hawk, attach it, and open it up. And here we have the Sky Megazord. The head is nice. I don't really get why those guys are there. Overall, this is my least favorite of the three modes. To me, it just doesn't work the same. I don't exactly get it. It shoots and everything. That's about it. I apologize if I sounded spaced out there, but that's true enough. Yeah. So, I'm just going to take all this apart, get Gosei Great back, and then we'll look at what they really do together. That's pretty awesome. So what we have here now is a appendageless Gosei Great and a whole bunch of heads and sleds and 3 Rangers. The Rangers we don't need anymore. They kind of just serve to fit on the vehicles. So what does one do with all this stuff? Well, we want to start by putting the wings of Gosei Great all the way down in front and put the arms so that they're angled that little bit. Back here, I'm going to zoom in on this. You see on yellow and black there's these 2 pegs sticking out. They fold up in vehicle mode for reasons of sitting flush with the surface. So we want to take the red sled and pull off the turbines. I'm still zoomed in there just so you can see. You want to take the peg and put in that screw hole, the bottom one. It's very important that you use the bottom one. It doesn't matter what leg they go on, but I like to put it with this part facing center so you can't see it from the side. And they just kind of sit there like that. So he's got these little jetpacks. Next, take this one, pull that piece off. We're going to scroll up here. This peg, you're going to pull that out. We're going to take the other sleds and attach them so that we have this. The tab pointing forward and the headers pointing forward. And that is just going to connect, whoa, right there on the back. I've got to balance them up against the photo box now because you can see it's starting to get a little bulky. We come down to the legs. We're going to start with Tyranno and Rhino header. Like so. We're going to take Hawk, Manta Ray. So far so good. Okay. Move up a little bit. Saw Shark and Stag Beetle. So far so good. Phoenix, regular shark, tiger, snake. There's a right way to it, but I just like doing it like this. Apparently, the right way, I'll do the right way just for you people. This is the right way. Next, Pterazord, Crozord, Hammerzord, and again, as I said, as of this video, I'm missing the piece that goes here. That is for the quote-unquote Ultra Change Zord. As of now, it's still in transit. What we do now, we take the head, take this piece, and attach it. And I present to you, I'm going to zoom in right here first. Oop. This is the Ultra Gosei Great Megazord. As it's called in Japan, Hyper Gosei Great. What you are looking at is pretty much its articulation. It doesn't do anything. The arms can't move forward any further than that little angle because of the wings out front. They can't move back because of the backpack. The legs don't move anyway. It's just meant to stand there and look menacing. Which it does a silly job of, I will admit that. It looks kind of silly. Like, it's just a wall of faces. But at the same time, on the whole, it is kind of cool looking. I can definitely admit that. It is a very cool figure. I never thought I would actually own it. I got the Gosei Great Megazord on sale, as I said in my review, and then I decided to complete it. And now I'm going to do a review of that as soon as I take it out of the box when I get it. So I'm not going to tell you what's on its way apart from the Ultra Change Zord. You're just going to have to wait and see when I get the box. I'll post that. I'll record and post that video all in the same day. I'm expecting it all at once, so I'll be able to do the whole shebang and have that video live the day after I get it. Overall, if you want this guy, get it. I think it's pretty fun, especially because this is just the screen-accurate way of portraying this guy. You can switch everything around however you so desire. If you want to have a hammerhead shark for one weapon and a saw shark on his shoulder, you can do it. If you want to have Tyranno for a weapon and Hammerhead for a foot, you can do whatever you want. The only thing I say that looks stupid is if you use Crow and Terra for hands. That just looks ridiculous. The play value in this guy is what's great. This has been The Rev, and I'll be back with another toy review later. Have a good day, everyone.